Hey nerds, welcome back to my channel. Today I am super excited because guess what we're doing? We're doing a book haul. But before we get into that, make sure you like and comment, please. I appreciate that. Now let's get into this. So last weekend I took a trip to one of my favorite places, and that is Half Price Books. Haley, if you're watching this, don't kill me, baby. I love you. Don't be mad at me. We'll go together one day, I promise. Yeah, and I decided to, get more books because the 25 that I have are not enough. So we're going to be going through what I bought last weekend. Super fun, super cute. Yeah. In total, I bought 6 books. Now that was not the plan, but this is going to segue into like the first 2 books that I bought. I was only supposed to get 4. But then I saw these 2 beauties, okay? Give you a look, give you a look. Now, like I said, I was not supposed to get these, but I saw them and I had to grab them. I just had to. Let me explain why. This is a series, obviously. It's a 3-book series, and my first introduction to the series was, I think it's the first book called Love and Gelato, because you have Love and Luck, and then you have Love and Olives. And Love and Gelato is a coming-of-age teenage girl story, set in Italy, hence the gelato. And it is the most cutest, most amazing coming-of-age story of a teenage girl. I think it's so cute. It's one of my favorite books of all time. I discovered it, I think, middle of my junior year, and I was reading it ever since, and I had to get a copy for myself. I got the actual book like for personal reasons, I think about a year and a half ago. Let me go get it. Hold on 1 second. Wait. I'm gonna go get it. Here's the Love and Gelato. Just look how satisfying it is to like stack them on top of one another. Like, look at this. It's one big happy family. Isn't that so cute? It's one big happy family. This is the first complete series that I have in my personal library, so I'm very proud of myself for finding a full series and actually having it on my shelf. Like, come on. You can't tell me that's not aesthetically pleasing. Like, yeah, like I said, I was not supposed to get these 2, but I saw them, and it was the last 2 on the shelf. I had to grab them. I just had to. I need to know what happens in these books, and it's not a continuation of the characters in this, in the first book. Let me, hold on. In this book, it's different characters, but I have to know what happens. I have to know what happens. So glad I found those. Moving on to the next one, we have, forgot, the author of these books, of the Love and Whatever series, is Jenna Evans Welch. Thank you, Jenna. Now moving on to the next book. We have Rule. Can y'all see that? Rule by J. Crownover. Sorry. It's a lot going on. I'm going through finals right now. Bear with me. Y'all know how I said, like in my last video when I was reviewing Perfect Chemistry, I'm trying to branch out into the romance genre more because all I used to read was horror and sci-fi. That's what this is, and that's also what these 2 are, okay? I read the synopsis on the back, and you know what I always do? I crack open the book in the middle and read a paragraph to see if I like it, and I did. So this is the age-old story of a good girl meets bad boy, and they have fun together. So the main character is a girl named Shaw, and things like that, and then what happens? She meets this bad boy, and guess what his name is? His name is Rule. His name sounds like his parents are filthy rich, and you know how the rich just name their kids whatever because they have money and it doesn't matter to them? His name is literally a word. Rule. And you know what? The first thought that came to mind when I read that, I'm like, is this supposed to be ironic? Because his name is Rule, but he's a bad boy and he usually breaks the rules. Did I crack the code? I think I did. Like I said, it's one of those stories where a good girl meets a bad boy and they have lots of fun, and it's a little spicy in some parts because I did keep skimming like this and I found a little spicy part, so you know, that's always fun. Alright, next book. We're switching genres now. Okay, let me bend down. So next book that I got is called Majestic. Here it is. Can you see her? She's a hardcover. I don't know about y'all, but I love me a good hardcover. I am trying so hard. I'm practicing looking in the lens and not the mirror because y'all are not right here. Y'all are here. There's also a little synopsis on the back of this one with a picture of a dude. Basically, long story short, it's in the 1940s and an alien lands on this couple's property. And then I'm assuming some shit happens. Because what? Shit always happens when an alien lands on somebody's property. Like, it's an alien. I can tell this one is a little bit old. I didn't check to see when it was published. I should do that, huh? I don't know, I can just tell by the way that it looks, like how the pages look on the inside and the smell. Okay, my fellow book lovers, do y'all ever just like open a book, like when you're shopping for a book and you just smell it, and like you can tell when it's an older book because it smells like a little musty and a little like, you know, putrid, but it adds character because it's an older book. I love the smell of books, whether it's an old book or a new book. Like, oh, and it's a hardcover, and this is, you know what you can do with a hardcover? Now, don't get me wrong, I'll take a paperback any day, but I am a hardcover girly, and I just love me a good hardcover. I love it. Oh, I didn't say who the author was for this one, sorry. Majestic by Whitley Strieber. Okay, here it is. Next book we have is Blood Groove by Alex Bledsoe. Here's the cover, darling. Here's the cover. And here's the back. Alright? How can I sum this up? The basic of what I gathered from looking in this book for 2 seconds. Horny vampires. Horny vampires. Like that's what I got from it. I'll read a little bit of the book jacket so we can refresh our memory together, okay? When centuries-old vampire Baron Rudolfo Zginski, I'll put the last name up on the screen because Zginski, is the Z silent? I don't know. Was staked in Wales in 1915. Oh, you're old. The last thing he expected was to reawaken in Memphis, Tennessee. 60 years later, reborn into a new world of simmering racial tensions. Of course it's about race. Of course. The cunning Nosferatu realizes he must adapt quickly if he is to survive. Finding willing victims is easy as Zginski possesses all the powers of the undead, including the ability to sexually enslave anybody he chooses. There's the zinger. There's what I was trying to get to. Oh, it's also there's something about like, you know, the bad guys in the book making a drug to like cause a mass genocide of vampires, basically. While they're fighting a war, they're also being horny. And I'm not gonna lie, so you know how I said I like, you know, like to skim and read a paragraph or two? It would be just my luck, just my dandy luck that I land on a spicy page where a scene was happening. So I bought it. If y'all know me personally, some of you who are watching this, I've been obsessed with vampires for as long as I can remember. But now that I'm a big girl and I can read stuff that has both vampires and spiciness in it, give me the book. Put it in my hands, take my money, I'll take the book. Fair trade. And the last book we're going to go over, we're gonna look at what? Rachel Harrison's Cackle. Here she is. She's super cute. She's very aesthetic. I love that green. It's like a buttercup green. Like buttercup, like her. Yeah. And the tagline is, it's good to be wicked. Okay, it's giving descendants. No, I'm just kidding. Let's read the book jacket of this one. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm just gonna skim like I did. So, goody two-shoes Annie, you know, moved to Manhattan in a small village upstate. Yep, it's basically she moves to like a Hallmark type town, you know, all of that. friendly people. You know how Hallmark movies are. And then she meets Sophie, beautiful, charming, magnetic Sophie. And something's going on with Sophie. Sophie might be a witch, bitch. Sophie might be a witch, bitch. That's why, you know, hence Cackle. I love me some good stories about witches. I love all the spookiness. Y'all know me. So 2 lead female characters, and it's one of them or both of them could be a witch. Yeah, I like that a lot. 2 things I want to get cleared up before I, you know, shut my gob. So I know some of you are going to be like, why not just go to Barnes and Noble? I was like, Barnes and Noble is so much better. First of all, I am a college student who 9 times out of 10 is balling on a budget. I'm going to choose half-price books over Barnes and Nobles any day. I'm just sorry. That's the choice that's not going to hurt my pockets, boo. Okay. Second of all, like, when I walk into a half-price books, it feels like a homey, nerdy, sometimes retro vibe, and I like that vibe. I can just walk in there as myself, be myself. I can literally sense the character that the whole store gives off. Like, half-price books has character. Barnes and Nobles, their character is straight up bougie, okay? Not to throw shade, I love me some Barnes and Nobles because I can find all my original and classics in there. Of course I can. But baby, they be hurting my pockets. And sometimes I don't really find what I'm looking for. Now, when you go to half-price books, there's always a little treat, a little surprise. You get a little more, you just get a little more when you go to half-price books. For example, you never know what you're gonna find. I found the rest of that series that I was looking for years. Barnes & Nobles was not gonna have my stuff. I'm just saying. And the second point I wanna make from the last video that I made. So I had a couple, even though it was just 2 of y'all, saying, you're not a real reader, okay? Because you don't annotate your books. I have one thing to say to that. Who cares? Baby, who cares? Literally, who cares? Because here's my thing. I hate when there's like people who say, oh, you're not like a real fan. Like, you're not a real horror fan because you don't know this. You're not a real reader because you don't annotate your books. Girl, it is not in the book reading bylaws that you have to and are required to annotate your books. Like, if you want to write in the margins, that's fine. If you want to write a note about, you know, something like a metaphor that you read or like what your interpretation of what the line just said, fine. If you want to write something down so you can remember it, fine, but I don't do that. Me personally, I cannot bring myself to do that. I can't write in my books. That's just me. They are mine. I pay my money for them, and I take good care of my books. It even irks me when I'm reading. Let me show you something. So when I'm reading and like I open a book like this, right? And then my book does that, and then like this starts to bend. That makes my toes itch like no other. That really bugs me. So if I can't handle that, what makes you think I can handle writing in my own book? Even though it is mine, I can't and I won't. That does not make me less of a reader though, honey. So to those of the couple of you that said that, worry about you, darling, okay? Well, that is the end of my haul. This was not my next decision for a video, but it was a given, and I would have posted this sooner, but finals have been kicking my sweet little ass. So it's a little behind, but hey, we're here. We had a good time. We looked at some books that I bought with some of my big girl money. We had a good time. That is the end of today's video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you want to. Okay, bye.